It always gets me, that intro beat.
Yeah.
Of course, you didn't make this one.
Good, man.
I didn't make that one. That's
Welcome to News Across the Galaxy, where we talk all things LA Galaxy. Usually we do a midweek show edition, but I think this one's going to be a little different. Not just because we got a special guest, but we got special news, I guess we can say, this morning, right? It was like Christmas in October, which is fitting for 2020, right?
Yo,
it makes
2020
sense.
Christmas, but like 4 months too late, you guys. And it's only October.
Oh, man, I would have taken it 2 games ago, bro.
It's the nightmare before Christmas. That was the 4 months. And then now it's Christmas.
I like that. Well, as always, I'm joined here by Bryant,
What up?
the other Lobos Willis,
Yo.
and super special guest. Thank you for being here with us, Mr. David Arona from LA is Our
Yeah.
House.
What's up? Thank you guys for having me. I mean, like, seriously, giving our show some semblance of credibility by having other people think that we're actually, funny.
Well, Lewis and Bobby weren't available, so
You're like the Rolf Felcher of
I'm here. You want me to sing?
Okay. Bobby and
Remember the time.
Yeah, the other guys were carrying too many yellows, so they weren't available by default.
All right, but before we get started though, I just want to I've got this on. I've got the LA is Our House logo on here, but we're
nice.
not doing this right now.
Hey,
Los
yo.
Dodgers.
there you go.
Let's get some winning going on in this show.
Some positivity, because it's just gonna be
Positivity, yeah.
downhill from here. So
Oh,
obviously
fuck.
we woke up to some I want to say surprising news, because I think it was a little sooner than expected, and we're gonna get to that, but we got to get to the tragedy that was yesterday. The Galaxy played against Portland Timbers, a team that in my eyes I'm always worried about, even when Sebastian Blanco is not there. So I'm gonna go through the lineup real quick, just because it looks
Just
like
because.
just because it looks like GBS, to quote our other co-host Edgar, is throwing shit against the wall and seeing what sticks. He started with the back line of Insua out left, Depew and Steris sharing the center back, Felcher out right. Oh, I forgot to mention Klinsman, who seems to be our number 1 now. And this is where it gets a little weird. You got Carlos Harvey and Kitchen sharing the CDMs. You got Jonah Dos Santos playing the quote-unquote number 10, and Pavon out left, Araujo out right, and Yoni on top. Well, I didn't really get to see this game. I got everything late because I was at work. But guys, when you guys saw this lineup, what were you guys thinking?
Trash.
I really just said fuck it, to be honest. It was just one of those,
Yeah.
you're like, you know what, a ver qué pasa type things. Like
A ver
Edgar
qué-
said,
yeah.
whatever sticks to the fucking wall, just smear it with shit, and you get that.
Well, I mean, after GBS checked his Instagram page and saw his lineup update after Chicharito ruled himself out of the game altogether, he had to quickly scramble to get this lineup going. It's not like Chicha was going to be in the starting 11 anyway, but what really stands out weird to me is you bring in Carlos Harvey, and to be honest with you, like the last couple of games he's come in, I feel like when he's come in, he solidified the game a little bit. Like we've started to look better once Harvey came in. And now he gets to start next to Kitchen. And so you think, okay, here's 2 guys that are going to be super defensive, and they're just going to sit there and destroy. And they just got run over completely by Portland. And like, for me, Kitchen was gassed by like the 45th minute. He was done.
It seemed, I think because of that, Carlos Harvey wasn't helping them out at all on the defensive duties, which I guess that was the game plan for Harvey to step in there and not give the defensive load to Kitchen by himself. And it was nothing like that.
No.
Kitchen had to do all that. And on top of that, his wingbacks were pushing up too high, so he had to cover them too. So I get it. But I still think Kitchen did, I think he did his work for what we have.
Yeah, he did his work. I mean, like when we signed Kitchen, I never thought, like I look at that guy and go, that's a good signing for like Minnesota or, like a team like that. You know what I mean? Like he's not a Galaxy signing. You know what I mean? But like we had him, we kept him. he ended up being like a pretty good player for us this year, but I think it's just because the level of everybody else has dropped so low that he kind of like rose up to be the level of like, oh, he's decent.
Yeah, I can really agree with that.
That makes sense because a lot of the players have been playing below their standards actually, and especially this year. You see Jonah, the last few years we've seen the high level that he's been playing at, and this year has just not been it. Pavona and started off hot, and then now got cold. Well, I guess before this game got cold. He's just completely cold.
I mean,
he couldn't buy a shot.
Yeah, I still think he's cold. He got the 2 goals in this game, but like I still think he's kind of cold. Like he didn't really impress me all that much this game.
I argue that it's not really going cold. I think he checked out. I think he knew already where he's going, or that he's not coming back. He probably sensed that GBS is gone, and I mean he's right. I'm sure he has his eyes on social media, and then hearing that the Galaxy's not gonna pay doesn't help. They made it. It seems to have gone kind of.
But that has nothing to do with him. What they're gonna pay the team has nothing to do with his salary. They're gonna pay him his salary, what he's worth. So I don't think whether they paid 12, 13 mil or 20 mil, it shouldn't matter to him. I think what matters to him the most is the coach, GBS, who he's about to die for.
Well, R.I.P.
That's fucked up. The body's not even cold yet, Brian. Relax, man.
That Bonnie and Clyde. That's that Bonnie and Clyde.
But yeah, so this game real quick, it was a fucking mess. I'm getting my alerts. I'm like, and the sad thing is, I've come to not be surprised anymore. I get the 3-0, 3 alerts in the first half. I'm like, that's it. And
damn.
Fucking team, it just summed up the whole season right there, dude.
At least they didn't make us hope for very long. Like that first goal came quick, and then we're like, all right, we know how this is gonna go now. You gotta worry about this anymore.
It wasn't one of those. We're playing good for 70 minutes, and then the Sampan los cinco. Like, it was, right away. No lube. Let's go. 3.
They marinated us throughout the whole game.
And then
put a little pulp in there.
And then the ball goes out of bounds, and they still count the goal. None of that this time.
Well, Portland is a good team, though. We can't take away from, a good team against a shit team. It's going to happen like that. One of the things that got me mad, though, is after those 3 goals, there was an instance where the Galaxy had put some touches together, and I was like, what the fuck? How can you guys not do this throughout the whole game, right?
Yeah.
And there was flashes of that throughout the game. And I was like, well, that's the shit that got me more mad. Not getting whooped on, but seeing those flashes and not being able to maintain that. But then again, you see our defense, and you're like, oh, fuck. What are we supposed to do? We're trying, and then we get scored on easily.
Yeah. And you look at the way, now that we've seen we have seen like the whole body of GBS's work, right? And you see that a lot of people talk about this, like even with his Boca teams, like he has a system that he relies on, but he relies heavily on individual players being good individually and kind of like shining, rather than having like a cohesive game plan where you can swap anybody out in and out of the system. He's gonna put you in there and be like, all right, you have to beat those 3 guys in order to get the pass off. You know what I mean? Like that's what works in his system. And it's just like that's too easy for teams to defend against. You know what I mean? Like and so now we've seen the body of the work, we know that GBS wasn't the guy. He wasn't the guy. He was never gonna come up with a plan where like they were gonna string a bunch of passes together and look like a cohesive team. And that's really what the problem over the last year and a half has been, is that there's been no cohesion, there's no game plan. You know what I mean? So like it's
well, they should have known already. You said it yourself. Part of his philosophy was the individualism, right?
Yeah.
You're bringing in a coach to coach this team, and you're depending on individual stars, which you have none before they brought in Pavon. That in itself should tell you that they got the wrong coach. They got the wrong man for the job.
Yeah. Well, but you said the key word. They should have scouted, and guess what? They don't scout. They don't. It's documented, dude. They don't have a scouting department. Nope. They don't have analytics. They don't have a scouting department.
Yep.
So
I volunteer, to be honest. I'll volunteer.
me too. I'm not even that good at spotting talent. I'll
I'll do it for
probably be
free.
better with the gut, yeah.
That's my pitch, actually.
Right.
I'm
Hey,
about to
give
hit
me-
up Beckham.
I heard there's
Give me
this
an
kid in
office in the stadium. That's my payment.
Nah, you're gonna scout. You're like, hey, I heard there's talented kid in the Bahamas.
I gotta stay there like a month or so. You gotta pay everything, you know. I gotta watch them.
Yeah, I focus better with my family out there, you know, in an all-inclusive hotel, you know, all that.
My son is the one that like turns me on. He has a knack for finding it, and then I analyze all his thoughts.
See, there it is. Us four could do this job together, you know. One of us gets one region of the world, the other one gets another one.
I wouldn't mind doing it. I wouldn't mind being a scout.
I call South America.
I would love to watch football games.
Shit.
Hey, just don't send me to Canada to scout, okay? I'll be right.
Oh, what do you mean? They got some good players now, man.
Nah, it's cold up there, man.
You seen that penguin
true.
left back they got? It's tight.
Yeah, hell yeah. I'm bogging all over the place.
So back to the game.
We really have to.
Oh, not really. There's only reason why I have to come back to the game is because DTK was a guest at halftime.
Oh,
And
what a guest.
Yo,
doesn't get much more PC than that, right?
PC principal like a mug.
Yeah, but I think for the most part we were able to read between the lines, right? There was no
Yeah.
like a
Yeah.
commitment statement from him talking on GBS or anything like that. It wasn't like, oh yes, he's gonna be. It's just like, oh, we're gonna see where it goes. But we
Yeah, I
already
think
know where it's going, bro.
I think all the other like all the questions he answered was all very PC until he got to the GBS thing where John Champion's like, but what about GBS? What about the rumors? And
Yeah.
and he's like, and you can see how he kind of shifts a little bit. And he goes, well, I don't think it's appropriate to talk about that right now. You know what I mean? Like, this is not the time. And I'm like, oh shit, he's gone.
Yo, if anything,
Like, that's-
that when he said that, I was like, you know what? He's probably gonna go talk to him right now. He's about to
He's
tell
like,
him, hey,
he
this is
got
your
fired
last
right
half
now.
as a coach.
Damn.
And you know what? That kind of that would make sense if he did, because you saw GBS just did a complete swap in the middle, right? His subs, or he made what two, 3 subs in the half.
Getting fired at halftime? Fuck.
He was damn. That's crazy.
Fucking passing
That's
out
crazy.
passing out the orange slices. Like, hey, by the way, bro, you're fired.
Fuck.
Here's a Capri Sun, bro.
Here's a
Oh,
Capri
my
Sun.
Soon, hey,
Road.
empty out that Capri Sun box and then you're done. He's gonna
Recycle
hold
it
on
first.
to one
Recycle it
pouch
first.
inside the little box. He's like, I don't want to leave.
But he did answer the Chicha question.
Did he?
Yeah, said-
Did he?
I mean,
He said what he would want, what he was supposed to say.
Yeah, I don't know if he really
That was
did.
not an answer. He just said
Yeah.
what he was supposed to say.
I felt the same thing. I was like, there's something brewing.
Yeah.
There's something
you
brewing.
think so with Chicha?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
And that's a big problem, right? Like that's a big problem because as we mentioned earlier, GBS had to check his Instagram to find out whether or not Chicha was going to be available for the game, and it seemed like it took him by surprise. And if you guys know the Galaxy and the way they handle their social media, that is not normal.
Nope.
Like that is not normal. They do not like to say anything beforehand. You know what I
No.
mean? Like you can go over there and ask him about Carlos Harvey. Like, hey, is Carlos Harvey? Did he take a knock in practice? Oh, we don't want to say. We don't want to give a competitive advantage to the other teams. It's like, dude,
Yeah.
that the competitive advantage you're giving the other team is the players that you're putting out on the field. That's the competitive advantage. But like, that's a big problem. So like, if against Salt Lake, Chicha miraculously gets healthy from a hamstring injury, and I mean, I've had a hamstring injury. I know you guys have all had hamstring injuries. You do not get better within a couple days. You know what I mean? Like that takes weeks to heal if you had a legitimate hamstring injury.
Fingers, yeah.
Yeah,
But it's
so-
Chicha. He's Messi and Ronaldo, bro.
yeah, I guess so. I guess so. Messi. I mean, Ronaldo got COVID twice, so I don't know what that means.
Let's get into that Chicha talk. This is second game in a row, and as you mentioned, this time he put his own injury report out. I mean, how much are you guys buying this?
I mean, I whether it's true or not is irrelevant right now, because every single Galaxy fan does not believe that it's true. Whether it has that question in the back of their head.
Mhm.
It's like, oh, I think he might be faking it. Oh, maybe his little anklet was on too tight and he tweaked his hamstring. But like the Galaxy fans know they have the doubt in their mind, and that's a big problem.
Yep.
The shit is, he has his hamstring, right? Did it happen right after? When was it when he played? I forgot when the fuck he played. I don't even think. Whatever. Did it happen right after he played against? Was it Vancouver?
Yeah.
No, they said
Supposedly it happened during practice. Well, that's
training,
what
yeah.
was said in training on Friday.
Yeah, and what are the odds where nobody can see it? It was never reported.
Yeah.
It was-
Well, that's what happened the first time he got injured too in the MLS's back tournament. It was right before a game,
right before LAFC.
right before the Chivas USA game. Yeah.
yeah. That,
Yep.
And-
that's true.
I don't know. This is weird. Something
It's-
fishy.
It's crazy that he did not participate in a single Tráfico this year.
I had my theory that these guys don't buy into. I don't know if you
Oh,
heard that.
yeah,
I kind of do.
I heard that. I heard that theory. You're crazy, dude. No, you're crazy.
Repeat the
That's
theory.
insane.
I mean, I kind of do now, seeing as how you just said he hasn't played a single El Tráfico. That's 4 games that he
Yeah.
could have played.
Well,
I
give
mean,
us your tinfoil hat theory, Eddie. So
go
let's
for it, Eddie.
let's.
Oh,
I got your back, bro.
here
I
we
got your
go.
back.
Just that the MLS doesn't want that Chicha versus Vela without a crowd. That's it.
I was listening in the car. When I heard that, I almost like screeched my tires. Like, what? That's crazy.
This is why
Did you
nobody
drop your
listens to
cereal?
you.
Did you drop your cereal?
Throws his own stereo out.
Why could I still hear it? Fucking Bluetooth is so good.
I took the little handle from my stereo. Like,
Oh yeah.
Oh man, don't age us, bro. Come on.
yeah, look at Brian's brother's like, I don't know what that means. Melissa's like, I don't know what that is.
A-track? A-track?
Oh shit, that's too funny. Where were we? So yeah,
Him being injured supposedly,
So-
and then posting his IG that he was
You know,
injured, which tells me that somebody has told him, "Hey, just shut it down for the season. We're gonna fucking start you next season. You're a star."
Nah,
blah blah blah.
nah.
Somebody had to hype him up with that shit, dude.
I'm gonna put my tin hat foil back on. My
Put it on. I like it when you
tin
have
foil
that
hat.
on.
So,
Keep it on.
so he made his own injury report, right? He took to Instagram to do that. I think he's trying to save face. He today in the morning, before they announced him getting not him, sorry, GBS getting fired, he put some shit along the lines that the Galaxy's fans deserve more.
That got me so mad.
so-
I don't know why.
She
Yeah.
got me mad. I saw it and that she got me mad.
Yeah,
Gotta be fucking
It
mad,
did.
bro.
It did. It got me mad at
It's
first
darkest
too.
before the dawn. That's what he said.
Yeah, that's
It's
what he
darkest before the dawn. And I'm like, oh, is GBS is firing the dawn? See, and this is and I'll put my tinfoil hat on too now. So
Nice.
so here's the parallels that I'm seeing. Like somebody mentioned that like you have to think about like the first year that Beckham was here. You gotta remember he came in and he was like, man, I hate it. I hate this. Beckham was like, I hate this. I do not want to be here. And he came in injured. He came in out of shape. And what happened at the end of the year? They fired the coach, rightfully so. But then Beckham got to bring in his own guy,
Yeah, Rude Hullet.
and it created havoc for like 2 to 3 years, right? My big issue is, was he the final say in getting GBS out? And are they gonna let him bring in a coach that he wants? Are they gonna make him be the final decision of the coach?
Ooh, with tinfoil hat on, baby. Let's get this bitch going.
Like a Pope's hat, dude.
I don't know, man. I think if
think
it was
that's
a bigger name, like if Zlatan,
Yeah.
was in this situation, I'd believe it. But not Chicha. I don't think you give Chicha that power.
At least a better player.
But if he thinks
Better
he's
player.
Messi, if he thinks he's Messi and Ronaldo combined,
He probably thinks he has that pull, and he's gonna bring in La Volpe.
and here's the fucked up part. Oh, dude, I would
And
honestly like
Fofo
Lavorte.
and Cuauhtémoc.
Here's the weird part of it in it all. Like, are the Galaxy gonna let him?
I don't know.
No.
I don't
That's the
think-
thing. That's
These
what
are all
I'm
tinfoil
saying.
hat
No.
theories, though. This is not like an
Because-
actual fact.
I think okay. I
But
think
let's play into it.
I-
Would the Galaxy let him?
no.
I'm gonna say yes.
I think no because
Especially who's in the front office. If you have Klein in there and Beckerman in there, they're not trying to win titles, bro. They're trying to fucking outshow
Nah,
the guys
dude.
across
If
the
you-
street. Yes,
if you
dude. They're
saw,
always trying
if
to
you
win
saw,
up the other
if
team
you
instead
saw
of trying to win.
Beckerman the last game,
yeah.
you know he's done with this team, dude. He's done with this team. That's the only reason why what David said I don't believe.
Yeah.
Because the decisions are now they're coming from top.
Yeah.
So these decisions are not gonna be made either by Klein or by DTK anymore.
There's
So
gonna-
if anything, there's probably gonna be more heads rolling.
There's gonna be.
So where's Beckerman been the last 3 years?
That's the shit.
In all
That's
He's-
what I've been wondering as
He's been over
well.
there burning down the Kings. Now it's
Yeah,
it's
and
time
now,
to put
and
us
now
to
they
jump.
took it away from him.
Yeah.
They took it away from him. You know, and the messed up thing, and I've said it a bunch of times on our show, is they need to go and get Tim Lewicki back. Like,
Good
That's-
luck, man.
yeah,
luck
good
with that
luck.
one.
I know it ain't gonna happen, but like that's who we need, because that guy Tim Lewicki was a guy who was gonna come and demand excellence. He was gonna come in and demand that the team be winners, and
Yep.
I feel like Beckerman is just too hands off. He's just letting it slide. You know what I mean? And like you look at the things that have happened since Beckerman took over. You know, Klein got that 5-year extension after the worst season in history before this one. And everybody's like, well, you know, Klein is good at the business end, but you know, we've gone through three and a half coaches. We've gone through three contracts that were just shit. You know what I mean? Like, we had to pay Gio to get out. We wasted all that money on Siani. We wasted a ton of money on Shelvik.
We're still paying
you
for
gotta-
Shelvik.
You got to pay.
We are still paying for Shelvik. We brought in busts, straight up busts. We brought in a guy like Zlatan who brought all this attention to our team, and they were so bad, and it was embarrassing to him, so much so that he was like, "This is stupid.
I gotta bounce.
I'm bouncing, and I'm gonna go score goals for Milan." And then we bring in Chicha, and he's a complete bust. Like, that to me is probably going to be the final straw for Klein, because he's wasted a ton of money at this point.
You're forgetting that
for the
that
team.
GBS has a year left, so they're gonna pay
Yeah,
that $1 million.
they gotta pay that
still.
out too.
And they still gotta pay that. Yep.
It's-
They're paying a lot of money for garbage, basically.
yeah,
and
and-
somebody keeps paying for it.
yeah, and I can't see it lasting. I think this has to be it. Like, I think firing a coach during the season is one thing, but as far as your front office, I don't think you really can do it. It's a bad look. You can't do it during season. I don't think it's over. I think heads will roll, and AEG smarter. The fact that Dan Beckerman is there, you know, it tells you something. Uncle Phil picked up the phone or something. Is like, hey, get your ass down there and go see what's going on.
But look at your embarrassment
yeah.
of a team.
And then he's doing really really bad, you know, in the sense that I understand you got to sell jerseys and stuff, but I'm only putting it out here not to clown you guys, because what I know the most is the Lakers besides the Galaxy is, look at AG has a part in that. They're doing it right there. You got a guy that sells jersey and a guy that wins.
Mhm.
You could do that here too.
But look how long it took them to get there.
Yeah, see?
The Lakers were a mess for like 5 or 6 years.
And what did it take?
No, more. It was like
More,
8,
probably more.
almost. It's like a
Yeah.
decade. It's like 10 years.
And what did it take for things to change?
You bring in the
Like-
stars.
No.
You got the best player in the world.
You got the best player in the
Now,
world.
so
Genie
you're
Bus-
telling me we got to get Cristiano. There it is.
Genie Bus took over. It was on top.
Oh,
It
okay.
started on
I
top.
guess.
Yeah.
So well, we got to get Genie Buzz.
Yeah. Just get Joe Ellis to come in.
But AEG doesn't manage the team operations for the Lakers. They
Right.
they have a part in it, but they're not managing the team
Oh, right,
operations.
right.
I think the more the better parallel is probably the Kings. And again, they went with the same methodology that they went for the Galaxy. They're like, all right, we have a bunch of bad contracts with old guys, and we're gonna promote our young guys, and they're abysmal for 3 or 4 years until finally they took them away, and they're starting to get better now. But you know, it's still not that, you know, the Kings didn't make the playoffs this year.
Damn.
So
Sad.
That's
man.
where we're heading then. So what
Nah,
what
we
you're
got
saying is 3 more years?
I don't know.
3 more years of this shit. Fuck.
I mean, I think
Yeah,
the
dude.
fact that steps were made is already a positive.
Yeah.
And I don't
True.
think that there's another. I don't think there's another coach they have to hit on the next coach. They can't just keep firing coaches. It's not.
Yeah. It's not good for business, obviously, because you're paying. You're paying them out. And,
for me, I would have already been like, nah, dude, you're not working out because you keep making bad decisions on these hires.
I think no, dude, I really do think so, David. I really do think it's done. And one thing I want to bring up too is the press conference. Besides what he said, what DTK was saying, did you guys take a good look at DTK and the way he looked? He had like his
disgusted, dude.
Yeah,
he looked
tired.
Yeah,
like he was up crying all night.
He looked stressed out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he looked. And he also kind of had that like 100-mile stare where he was just like, I can't believe I'm here doing this right now and talking about this. And why did I leave Mexico?
He didn't leave Mexico. He was forced out.
Was he?
Was he?
According to Jorge Ramos, but you know how that goes. Might as well watch leg. Anyways. No, but yeah, I mean, he looked horrible, and then like the whole like, what am I doing here? And imagine he's not even facing anybody. He's on a Zoom call, and he was still looking like shit.
Real damn.
You know what though? Kudos to him because he showed up at that halftime interview with John and Taylor, and then he did this little Zoom press conference or whatever, and he showed face where everybody else is fucking up, the ones on top of him and the ones under him. So applause to
somebody
to
has
DTK.
to somebody has to,
and I'm sure we would have, well, me as a fan, I would have rather seen a Dan Beckerman or Klein in that position to let us know what is going on. You know what I mean? A little bit of transparency, but no, they had to send DTK, who was also on the hot seat. And he fucking stepped up to the plate and said, "Fuck it, give me all your heat."
Yeah. I mean, that's what I liked about it. He was like, "Look, give me the responsibility." He's stepping in front of the bus to try and shield his bosses, which is a good move for him.
That would have moved.
Trying to keep his job. He's trying to keep his job.
He's trying to keep his job. But like, that puts him next in line to be the scapegoat. You know what I mean?
True.
And I feel bad. I feel bad for the guy because now, like, I'm getting the sense that he was brought in more because of he's a smooth talker. He's been thrown in the fire every time something happens. Who comes out and talks? GBS. And we joked around
DTK.
Earlier, like the way he talks. I'm sorry, DTK. We joked.
Yeah, GBS doesn't talk.
Yeah, he goes like this a lot. But
he just goes.
Yeah.
COVID, don't touch your face. Anyways, so we talked about it earlier. He's like a very smooth talker. He comes out and it's like kind of comforting every time we listen to him talk. But now it's kind of like, damn, they're just abusing this guy, dude. Every time something happens, he has to come in and just tell us it's okay. But even now, it's not even comforting anymore, dude. It's just like you're just over it, bro. And
yeah,
and I think he's over it, and I think and him being the next
everybody involved is over it. I think everybody involved in this season, this team, I think it's over.
Yeah.
It's over with, man. Us as fans, we're livid, man. We're like, what the fuck is this on the field? What is this product? What are we watching?
And you say scapegoat, David, but no, I think rightfully so. He has to go too. If I understand he's trying to bridge the gap and he's doing good with G2 or whatever, then make him like head of player development or whatever category that is, and bring in a real GM because he's not doing anything for the team. I think he's not locking people down. I've talked about this before. It's been a band-aid.
Everyone's on loan.
Yeah, and then it's a 3-year plan. Where's his players that are gonna stick around? You can't have a 3-year plan if you have different players every year. Yeah. And people are like, people were crying for Zubac. Zubac came up, and I knew he was gonna be not, a bust. I would say he's a bust just because of the hype. People want Augie Williams, and I think he's a step above Zubac, but these guys aren't going to save us. These guys aren't going to take us to the promised land. And if we keep DTK, these are the guys that you're going to see keep coming in.
You can't bring these guys up and make them the focal point. And I think that's ultimately where they failed is you bring up Efra and they're like, all right, Efra's going to unlock defenses for us. And so like then the game tries to go through him. Same thing with Araujo. He comes in, he impresses. They're like, good, let's use him as much as possible. He becomes a focal point. Like these are kids, these guys are young, like that's a lot of pressure to put the weight of the LA Galaxy on kids that are coming up that have been there for 2 years, 3 years, and this is their first time as professionals. I get it. This is the game. This is the way it works throughout the world. You know, you bring in these 17-year-old kids and they take on that pressure. But this is in Europe. It's MLS. You know what I mean? Like we have to realize when we have these expectations what the actual situation is, and they're not ready to take on that pressure. And same thing with Zubac. You bring him in. Oh, he's our only striker this year because Chicha is you know, disinterested or out of shape or injured or what, you know, he's busy making
all of the above.
He's making his vlog, you know, with his naked humans or whatever. It's I don't think it's fair to these guys that are coming up to come in and make them the focal points of the team, because that's what's happening. It's like they're looking, the veterans of the team or the supposed veterans of the team are looking to these kids going like, here, you do it.
To be fair though, Araujo is actually stepping up to the plate. You know, he's actually taking on more responsibility and has thrived under it. So
yeah,
I think between him and Alvarez, he's been the one that's actually shined the most and been able to show.
I mean, that's
responsibility.
You hit one. You know, you hit one out of all these kids that you forced in there, and I think
you need is one.
No, you need more than that.
You gotta set these guys up to you when you bring them up. You got to set them up to succeed,
right?
And
True.
you can't make them the focal point. You got to make them the role player until they make themselves a focal point, like Araujo has. But I think it's unfair to these guys to kind of bring them in and force, you know, that much
to the wolves.
You know,
Yeah.
Depew, look at Depew. You know, look what happened with that guy. Like, you know, the defense has been shit. Depew came in, he had a good couple of games, and they're like, oh my god, he's the best defender on the team, and you know it. The pressure got to so much that he started fucking up, and now he's good for a penalty kick almost every game that he's in.
Still better than people.
Yeah, by 100 miles, you know. But like that's the problem, is they don't have that leadership. I remember it was in 2017. The rumors that were circling around of the players that the Galaxy were going after, they were going after I forget the guy's name, like Gregarious or something like that, some guy from some team. He was a captain on that team, and then they were going after this other guy that was the captain of that team, and they're going after some other guy who was a captain of that team. And I was like, they're looking for leadership,
right?
There's no leadership right now. There's zero, and they still haven't found it. You know, Jonathan. We all said like that guy's my captain, but he hasn't been a leader for this team.
Mm-hmm. Well, how can he when he's not out there?
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, but even last year, like, you know what I mean? Like he's a good player, but he's not a leader. He doesn't have that personality. You know, last year you had Zlatan, who preferred to be a little bit, you know, harder on your teammates. Like I was arguing with Angel from Straight from the Stands. About how like Zlatan has the mentality of like he's gonna force you, he's gonna be after you, he's gonna be on top of you for every single thing when you're messing up, when you're not good enough. And I said, look, I've played with guys like that on rec teams, and to a point, it's like you want to prove them wrong, but if they're constantly on you like that, they're constantly, you know, calling out your mistakes on the field and not taking responsibility for their own shortcomings, at a certain point, you know, you just go, oh, fuck that guy, you know.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And you ignore him and and that ruins the chemistry, especially on a professional team. So you can demand excellence, but it can only go so far, you know what I mean? Like especially with fragile MLS teams, like, you know, they're not built for that.
Marshmallow boy. I mean, legit.
Oh yeah, if you've heard before, you know how I feel about legit. Should have sold high, man. Should have sold high.
Yeah.
Should have done that with Ceres too. Should have done that with Ceres too.
Yeah.
But you know what? They're
Well, no,
horrible. They've been on this team from everybody else the longest, and they still don't know how to play for the fucking badge. You gotta have a 17-year-old, 18-year-old Julian Araujo come in and show you how to play for the fucking badge.
Yep.
You kidding me?
And he's the only one that's playing for the badge right now.
Everybody,
the only one.
So right now we have no leaders. We have a temporary coach that's gonna be Dom Kinnear, and again. And I
Dude, he's been Is that what, three times in a row, dude? Fuck.
Yeah, dude, what a slap to a face one, dude.
No, twice.
What's bothered me about it, like when they kept Dom Kinnear in, after Siggy left and then unfortunately he passed away. One of the things that I know Gesman talked about was they kept Dom Kinnear because he was like sort of the player whisperer. He had a good rapport with all the players, and he was going to be sort of the defensive minded coach. And look how that's turned out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If he's there to coach the defense, he's not doing a good job. Like, it's pretty fucking clear he's not doing a good job.
Yeah.
So he is not a head coach in MLS anymore.
Think so? But then at the same time, you could argue that he didn't get to pick his defenders. I'm not here saying that he's the guy. You know.
Well, he's also not putting the lineup out there, so.
Yeah.
I don't see
making
Kinnear
stupid subs, and leaving Felcher in and taking Naranjo out when you need defense
or starting
right?
people. I don't see him starting people.
Starting people. Oh Lord.
But anyway, so it's gonna be Kinnear for now. Again, here we go. Whatever, part 2, part 3. The whole training staff left, which is crazy. The whole coaching staff. So I'm assuming he's gonna use like G2 people or whatever. I mean, that's all we can assume, right? But so the rumors already started circling for the new coach, right? Throw some names out there real quick.
Throw them out, Eddie.
We got the longtime Robbie Keane as head coach. Nice. Rumor. Javier Aguirre. Chicha's guy, let's assume, right?
Yeah, Chicha's guy.
And then just right now, the very, very resourceful Jorge Ramos put out Klinsmann. They talked to Klinsmann already. Talk to Klinsmann, whatever that's supposed to mean, right? That's exactly what they said.
What?
That's
it?
One of the when we signed Jonathan Klinsmann, everybody was on the GBS out train, and when we signed Jonathan Klinsmann, I was like, all right, I'm off the train, because they're gonna do what they did with Siggy, with Denolfo and Siggy, where, hey, Klinsmann, you're here, come on over, let's talk. And to be honest with you, if you want to know how Jurgen Klinsmann's Galaxy team is gonna end up, we just had him. We just had the Argentine Jurgen Klinsmann, a guy who has no tactics, and just puts out a bunch of players out there to let them be individuals.
Ugh. I mean, we got to see that with the US, so
did not work out well.
Ugh. I mean, I wouldn't mind him being a scouter here.
But the thing, that's where I was about to say, where if he has one thing going for him, Klinsmann, is that he's a great scout for talent.
You know what?
He found Pulisic. He brought us Johnny Brooks as a defender.
Even
he
Julian
brought
Green.
in Julian Green. When he brought him in, he was doing good,
Julian
right?
Green right now.
Yeah, I think
He gave the world Jordan Morris.
Jordan Morris.
He brought in Jordan Morris,
Out
but
of
nobody knew who
college,
the
right?
fuck he was.
He did.
Out of
right?
college, out of
He
Stanford.
was playing for Stanford.
Yeah.
So you're telling me that he has no value? That's not true. Now, is he a head coach? That's a different story.
Nah, he's not.
But he has a great eye for talent.
Yeah.
And maybe that's something that the Galaxy is missing, at least for G2, and then on forward, the academy. Maybe make something happen in the academy.
I wonder if Klinsmann could get a job in 23andMe or something, because you finding these kids are like American somehow, right? We have all these German players.
Where are you from? Ireland? Oh, you're American too, right?
Man, yeah, he's gonna have all these German players that are not taking up international slots somehow.
Yeah, your mom had a layover in Cleveland while she was pregnant with you. All right, come on.
You were dreaming of coming to the US? Yep. You're in.
You see him coming to America how many times? All right, come on.
Ooh, no, it has to be 6. Sorry.
Hurry up. Get it on Netflix.
I'd bring him on board for that. DTK
I would too.
Spot. I don't know. It's just
not
for a head coach, but yeah, in some way.
But yeah, to head up the Galaxy scouting and analytics department, yeah, I'm down for that.
Does the LA Galaxy not have an analytics department where they can actually?
You know what? That's where they're messing up, because the rest of the league is leaving them behind in that aspect. I mean, everybody in any sport nowadays is
Yeah.
has somebody for
Analytics.
analytics.
I mean, look how
And-
long it
and
took them to go and start scouting in South America.
True.
You know what I mean? Like the Galaxy. I've always, another thing that I've said for a long time: success has made them fail
They got
because
too
they were
complacent.
they got too complacent on their success, and they were just like, "We're the Galaxy. We've got
Stuck
5
to the
stars."
old
We'll figure
ways.
it out.
Hey,
We'll
we
figure
can
it
just
out.
sign any star. We're gonna get a title.
Yeah.
That's that shit that
It's-
we need to move away from. We need to start
Yeah.
that because
Well, yeah, because the league has gone away from that now, and it's something completely different.
I
And you see
mean,
teams
it-
that
it's kind of
are-
it's kind of it's kind of
are
Bruce's fault
different.
too, though. Bruce spoiled
Yeah.
us. Bruce was a mastermind at that.
Fucking Bruce.
And they
but he knew how to fucking coach.
that's
though.
why. And these guys swear like they swear just looking over his shoulder, thought they can figure it out themselves. That's what I think this whole like G2 and filling the spots with these young guys is, like them trying to manipulate what Bruce was doing, but in their way, and it's obviously failing miserably.
Yeah.
Oh, Bruce, I miss you.
I mean, what's Steve Cherundolo doing? What's Eddie Lewis doing right now?
True. I think
Yeah.
Claudio Reyna's on
They're watching NAG.
Nah, I wouldn't. Yeah, they're watching that. They should be. I don't know if I would bring in Claudio Reyna to be a coach, but like, I think it's worth talking to guys like Eddie Lewis and who's the other guy I mentioned?
Cherundolo. Steve Cherundolo.
Steve Cherundolo. I think they might be a good fit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. All these guys. Well, did Cherundolo come through the league? I don't remember if he did.
No,
He
no.
didn't.
He didn't.
No,
No, but he did, but he learned a lot under Bruce.
Oh, okay.
Those are both guys who learned under Bruce. Same with Triple G.
And-
But don't get me started on that dude.
Well, yeah, I mean, Berhalter just didn't go through the league. I would want someone that's been like in the locker room. Eddie Lewis, I think I'd be up for. Eddie Lewis obviously played here, and he served under Bruce as well. Cherundolo, I don't know, but I don't think the Galaxy's that smart. Sadly,
Who's the other guy? Who's the other guy that came in for like 1 year?
Sane came in.
Tony Sane came in.
Yeah, Sane came in for 1 year.
Yeah, I seem to remember there's like some other like older like midfielder or defender that wasn't Berhalter. It was somebody else that came in for like a year under Bruce to serve out the last year.
I know Hayduk came in. I don't know. That's what
Oh,
he's
but
like.
Hayduk's like crazy. He like
Off the
seriously, he
wall.
might be mentally ill. Yeah.
We maybe need some of that little crazy right now, bro. You never know.
he might
Couldn't
fuck
get
up
any
and put him-
worse.
Yeah,
put himself in. He put himself
You
in.
seen,
Fuck it, get in there.
You watch King of the Hill? I know you're loyal to Simpsons, but you remember that coach that used to bang his head against the? that's Frankie Hayduk right there.
That's
And
Hayduk.
he still has
That's
long
Hayduk.
hair? Hell yeah, that'd be tight.
Yeah.
Hey, I used to work on King of the Hill too.
Nice, dude.
Nice.
Just that's cool, man. Living out our dreams. Thanks, David. Appreciate it, man.
Thanks for making us feel like shit. Thanks, man. All right, that's been News Across the Galaxy.
All
All right.
right. so that's a no on Klinsmann,
You guys-
right?
You guys want to see my Emmy?
So that's a no on Klinsmann,
A
right?
stern no as a
Oh,
head
yeah,
coach.
that's
No,
a hard
that's a
no.
no.
That's
Cool.
a hard no.
So let's go to Aguirre, Javier Aguirre. To me, I never really thought about it till David mentioned Chicha having some kind of say. Might be Chicha's guy, but there's also the whole him not playing Chicha in the World Cup as a starter. So I don't know how you guys feel
that's
about
not-
Aguirre.
Was
not a
Aguirre the
thing.
guy that also cut Jonathan
Yes.
from the World Cup and Gio got all pissy about it?
Yep. And then Jonah
Is
did
he
a bad
the-
nine when we sold his brother.
Is he the one that brought in Bofo? No? Or Cuauhtemoc?
Yeah, Guactemo.
Yeah.
Right? There it is. Cuauhtemoc to the Galaxy, baby.
Nah, he's a politician. He's running for.
Fuck, he could do
governor or
both.
something in
Fucking,
Mexico.
he could do both like Pacquiao. And then
We
He could
karaoke
be the
after.
president of the Philippines and
Karaoke after every
And
game.
fuck who's up?
And the Golden Boot
See-
winner.
If, that, if that's how we were to go to war, dude, Philippines would be number one. Fighting presidents.
Damn, for real.
But I'll go first. I get it. I say no. There's something wrong when somebody moves from so many teams in such a short
he's
span.
too much of a mercenary, I think.
Same
Yeah,
boat.
no.
I'm a big no for that one.
Yeah, we're gonna
We
say
I'm a
need an
big no
MLS
as well.
person, bro. We need somebody that's been in MLS, has coached in MLS,
Yeah,
knows the
exactly.
rules of MLS. We need that
What-
guy.
What do you guys think about Greg Vanny? You think they can pry him away from Toronto?
We actually
No.
have a little a chat room of us, and Spenny has said that, right? Like he would like to see a Greg Vanny in here, and I think that would be
look,
A1.
it'd be great.
How
Definitely,
would
'cause
he
he's-
leave though?
'cause he's
Why would
won.
he leave?
Well, his contract's up and he hasn't got an extension.
Well, he will though at the end of this year.
Well,
Well,
who
we don't know
knows?
that.
Because
No, because he's bitching about the supporter shield. Oh wait, do we want him then?
I mean,
Well, he's not gonna-
you know what? He's complaining about not winning. So that's, I mean, if you look at it
Yeah,
that
that's
way,
true. That's true.
I mean, I think Vanny's in a good situation. I think that gets resolved at the end.
Yeah, for sure. It's
yeah,
gonna
but
get
it's not-
resolved. man.
but it's
There's
not-
no way it's not gonna get resolved.
But it's not living in LA good situation. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
he's
you
in
mean?
Toronto,
And
bro.
he's from here.
He's in the six with his woes.
I think an easier target if you want to go like that route. And I was mentioning this on the chat that Brian was talking about is Robin Frazier. I think you see what he's done in Colorado. Colorado's a shittier situation, you know, with the points per game system that they now changed to. They're in the playoffs.
Yeah, well,
Are you
dude,
serious?
They're in the playoffs.
whether it's
Wow.
points per games or actual points, I think they're still above us in the stand.
Yeah,
And
they're
they have,
above us.
they have what,
Yeah.
three less games?
Three, I
Yeah.
think so.
I mentioned
dude.
I mentioned on our show, like somebody asked us, like what would it take for the Galaxy to catch up with the rest of the West, and I said, well, they all have to fall into a black hole of some kind. The rest of the teams have to fall into a black hole, like Colorado did, and it still didn't work.
It still didn't work.
Wow.
Wow.
I don't even think. Yeah, you're right. That didn't work. I mean,
Fuck.
Colorado went
So
through
what-
that and a plague, and they're still above us.
we let Connor Casey beat us with Colorado last year, right?
Connor Casey.
Well, yeah.
Christ.
We haven't
You were
been
there.
able to
He
beat
played
Colorado.
one. He was coached for like a few weeks.
So who would be the right coach for this team then? I'm assuming this team is not gonna be this team for
Well-
the next season.
Well,
Right?
We'll get there right now. We'll get to that discussion because we're still on Aguirre. We can't even get past Aguirre yet.
Ah,
Well, it's a hard no.
Hard
I
no,
think-
hard no for all of us.
I
I
think
think
it's
we're
a
all in a hard
no for the reason that Brian had said that I would prefer a coach that knows the league, and you want a coach that it has nothing to do with like this team, right? It has nothing to do with like Chicha or Jonah, and there's no like
Favoritism. and
behind the
shit like
scenes
that,
stuff. Like they have some type of animosity against each other because he left me out for the World Cup or whatever. Like you don't want that shit to surface during a season either. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
or
What's he-
worse, like the locker room gets clickier than it already is. You know, and,
Yeah,
and not what
it's
that's gonna
very
happen
cool.
with the Giddy.
So yeah, I would prefer a coach that
yeah. It's already clicky.
parejitos a todos. You know what I mean?
It's already
Yeah,
clicky.
neutral.
Remember, Chicha only talks to Jonah. Jorge
Right.
Ramos told us already.
Oh,
Text
that's
us.
right.
Hey, NAG Boys.
So, all right, the one that's been rumored the most, and it seems like the fans want are asking for the most is Robbie Keane. So
Tampoco.
Not yet.
Not with this
Not
front
yet.
office,
I'm
not with the
not ready
players
for
that are in place right now. If we were to get Robbie Keane, it had to be no Klein, somebody in there besides him, no TTK, and none of these players, not even Pavon. It has to be, and they have to come out and say it. Yo, we're gonna take some time. Robbie Keane's gonna, lead us to the promised land later, not right now. We're gonna try
Yeah.
to build something, and I'm okay with that. If they're straight up and transparent like that to the fans, I'm good with that. I'll still go over there and cheer.
That'll never
But
happen. But yeah.
It won't. And it's probably something that the LA Galaxy as an organization need to look at, because I mean, you still want the stars in LA, but there's other ways of doing it. Team football wins games, as you can see with teams like Seattle and Portland.
And it's entertaining, and
It
like
is
you can mix
entertaining.
and make your stars. Like bring your guys in, bring in guys who want to prove something, and create stars out
Yeah.
of them and sell them.
And you can do it in LA. LA is
Yeah.
fucking sports capital right now, bro. It's easy to do it like that in LA.
too bad we play in Carson.
Aw.
Damn it, Carson.
But yeah, I think that's an argument that most podcasts, not just us, are gonna have, is that Keane would be great but just with this front office, why would you do it? Why would you?
No.
What coach is gonna come and succeed with these
It's career
guys?
suicide if he were to do it. Yeah.
Yeah, you're setting up to fail.
Yep.
It's not. It wouldn't be fair to Keen. It wouldn't be fair to the fans that we bring him in right now. You know, you let them build out this team for a little while, and if they get to be good, where they make the playoffs every year, but they can't just quite, get over that hump. That's when you bring in a guy like Keen who can like kind of be the final piece to that puzzle and push them to push them over the hill.
Yeah, just that fire, that Irish fire. Like, you need that shit here.
But first they need to go through like some real, like they really need to like drag themselves through the shit in the mud. You know what I mean?
I mean, we've been doing it for
the last where we're at now. Is that not? Watching?
Right now.
Are we there now?
I can't wait for the day. I can't wait for the day we win MLS.
You mean it's gonna get worse?
Yeah, dude, we're just gonna like explode, dude. When that day
rip
comes.
off that super stupid silver sash jersey.
It's gonna be like Pleasantville. You know, have you seen Pleasantville? And it's just gonna start turning into color all of a sudden as the time starts winding down in MLS Cup. What the fuck is happening?
What the? Oh shit! I'm transforming.
Oh, dude.
But then we're still gonna see some people in black and white and be like, "Oh shit, they're racist."
Oh fuck!
Hey David, you do that on your show, right, man? I don't make fun of our fans. Never gonna win an Emmy like that. All right, so we all agree no King, at least with this front office.
Not right now, no.
Yeah,
And then we can go back to playing that game. I mean, that game of who would you want as a coach? You know, if it's not Keane, it's not Aguirre, it's not Klinsmann. And then we already mentioned Vanny and what's it you mentioned? Frazier. I think I mentioned Frazier.
Yeah.
Cienfuegos too.
Cienfuegos.
That's another guy that like I think that if you bring in Cienfuegos, that's a long-term project. You know, he has to have a long leash. I don't think. And right now, the way that Galaxy is doing, Squadcast mentioned that June 15th, 2021, that'll be the longest time the Galaxy has gone without lifting a trophy. And obviously, we're going to surpass that next year because we're not going to win the MLS Cup this year.
You sure?
No, Dom might take us. Yeah. I mean, that's the fear too is Dom wins out. They make the playoffs. They make a good run. And then Dom is the head coach.
How about this? You're talking about learning and dragging it, through the mud, through the shit. What about Keane under Dom for a year or two
as an assistant?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I don't think that you bring Robbie Keane in to be an assistant.
Yeah, there's no point. Oh, I mean, I guess just to
show him the ropes,
the pieces that he has around them. But even then, it's like, why would you do that? There's no point. Mean, he'll at the end of the day, he's going to be the head coach, so you can have him somewhere else and get more experience as a head coach instead of just being under Dom as an assistant.
Well, you'll have him under a two-time winning MLS champion coach who knows the league. It wouldn't be a bad idea. It's probably not the greatest idea, but it's better what the fuck they have right now. And seeing him as an assistant, why not? Under Dom, 1 year, we know we're going to be shit. You let all the players go that are in right now and bring in new shit and let Dom work with that and have Keane, showing them the ropes. I'd be up for that.
Well, see, that's why, at least for me, the right coach for next year would be Dom. Just because you're not going to have the same team and you're not going to have an identity. So you might as well have a coach that you feel it's not going to be there as a long run because you're trying to transition into that, I guess, plan, that process, right?
So
why are you gonna get a big name coach if you don't even have a team yet?
Yeah, I think 2014 was. I think we can probably say that was Keane's team. You know what I mean? Like he was the one pulling the strings. He was the one calling the shots, and really like everything was built around Keane that year. And that was some of the most attractive soccer that we've ever played in 2014. In I think it was 2012 where we just ran over everybody, or maybe it was 2011 where we just like bulldozed the whole league. 2014, if you guys remember, that was the year of the tiki taco style that we had.
Right.
So you have to wonder what is Robbie Keane, the manager's style of play. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if it's the same as Dominic Kinnear's style of play. So you bring in a guy who, yeah, maybe he can learn how to manage players, but what's his style going to be? What's Dom's roster, I think, is going to be significantly different from Keane's roster, and neither one of those works with the current roster that we have right now. I don't think we have a pragmatic team right now. In like, if Dom went out and said, all right, everybody, we're going to park the bus and try to get a set piece goal, I don't think we have the tools for that.
Yeah.
Park the bus, they'll get scored on 6. Damn.
Yeah. I mean, it happened.
It did.
Yeah, more than once.
So.
Well, we suck.
So for now, we do have Dom. So we're just gonna go forward with that, guys. So there's 3 games left in the season, and y'all want
3 games.
You guys want to see a dead body? So,
damn it, not the standings.
So right now, the MLS has officially gone to the points per game system, and I'm not very good at math. I'm not gonna lie. So does this mean we're eliminated? 3 games left? I don't even know. I feel like we are. It looks like we are.
We have less than 1 point per game. What the fuck?
Do we get more than 25 points? That's the betting game that we should play. Are we gonna go over or under 25 points this year?
Oh, with Dom Kinnear? Well, let's what to do
20.
that?
You said 25. How can we get to 25?
We have 3
It's
games.
3 games.
More.
That's
There's
9.
3 games.
18 points.
Oh,
We have to
3
win.
games.
We have to win all
No,
3
3
games to get over 25.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm in. I'm saying all in.
Let's see.
Playoff time, baby.
Look
I'm
what-
all
Chips.
in on not doing it. It's
I-
not gonna be
Out of that roster, I see best case scenario: draw, loss, win.
4
So,
points.
for people that are going to be just listening, we have Real Salt Lake at home and this Sunday. Then the following Wednesday, we have the current champs.
We'll just skip that one.
Seattle Sounders. And then 1 week from this Sunday coming up, we close out with the Vancouver Portland Caps or whatever they're called right now.
Vancouver Portland Caps.
Portland
That's
The Portland Whitecaps.
The Portland Whitecaps.
of Vancouver.
I like Portland Caps better.
I'm kind of there with.
I do too.
I'm kind of there with David. I guess best case scenario would be draw, murder, and then a win. But the only thing is that it's on plastic, and I always feel on turf, dude. Galaxy just shits the bed every time, no matter what team we have. It's always rough. So
That isn't that crazy that was like one of the big stories of this year? Like, oh, the field. You know what I mean? Like we said it, we say it every time with whenever we play on turf, and then we said it in San Jose this year.
I'll say, yeah.
Oh, the quality of the field is just not there. That's why the Galaxy's being terrible.
Players are just ass, bro. Everybody else plays on turf and they succeed. Why can't we?
I'm gonna send these
yeah.
guys out to Pacoima to play on the fields over there and fucking rocks and
Fucking
shit
hell,
all
Hey,
over
yeah.
the place.
send them to goals.
Yeah.
Seriously. All these excuses,
Hit 'em
dude.
up.
Two goals is too manicured for them.
Hey,
Like,
David.
they need to go play. They need to go play on concrete. They need to go play in the rocks and the
Seriously.
mud. You know what I mean?
Al Círculo.
We gotta
HP, baby.
We gotta face it, David. We become the Pöpli kids of the MLS.
We Pöpli kids.
Look at the yeah. All right. That one was
Fill
for
me
you.
in.
No, that one was for you, David. Look at it. I said I was gonna get it in there, and I forgot.
Oh, you
But
got it in. Oh my
Yeah.
god, it's amazing.
Look at these guys. They swear they're fans. They
I'm
have no
trying
idea.
to. Does not
I'm
compute.
always like that. Like, oh, Simpson since '87. I'm like since '96 over here.
See, that's how you know I'm a real fan right there. If I can make that reference, and these guys are just with the blanks there.
Pöpli kids. And I'm sure I'm gonna fall asleep, watch that episode, and be like, "Oh, the Pöpli kids."
So, We're running a little late. This is supposed to be a short episode, but let's look at what's ahead.
Too
of us.
bad.
Shouldn't have invited me on.
Oh, this is great. At least you
this
get
is
my
great.
jokes. The best joke I said all night, and then these guys didn't even bat an eye.
He would have had crickets with just us two.
Yeah, that's why I called David's
I'd
name.
have been like, Eddie, shut up.
Fucking crickets are loud tonight.
Nobody cares about your pubes.
So, all right. So the odds are finally up for this game upcoming on Sunday against Salt Lake, and once again, MGM has no idea what they're doing. They have the Galaxy at winning at plus 120. They have the draw at plus 250, and they have the draw favored. Actually, crazy. And they have Salt Lake at plus 225. The only thing that changed though is the goals. The over under is 2.5.
Over 5.
2.5, right? That's funny. I guess something changed. We must be
2.5.
2.5. Yeah.
That's easy over, dude.
They got it under, and then they have favored is the under. They have over a negative 176 and the over a plus 130.
I should have been betting on MLS this whole season, dude. What the fuck?
Bet your house on that over, bro.
So do you bet, David? Do you know what just went on there?
If you guys know our show, we have a prediction game called Balls and Beers.
Balls and Beers.
My apologies.
I am the holder of the our version of the wooden spoon, the paleta quemada.
So the balls.
The paleta quemada here. This is my trophy for coming in last place 2 years in a row.
Damn.
So no, I do not
Like a
bet.
true champion, back to back.
It's all right. Tonight's your night, though. You're on the show that people that know less. So
All right. Good.
So
What show is that? When did that start?
it started about an hour and 8 minutes ago. All right, so anyone want to take a crack at the lineup? What you guys think that Kenny's gonna put? I'm totally out of this one because I don't know what to expect.
You're gonna put me
Brian.
at center back, Willis at right back. What do you play, David?
I play right back, so I guess I'm on the bench.
Double right back.
Thanks,
Double
guys.
right back.
Double right back. Hell
Eddie.
yeah.
Bench
For more defense.
and that's it.
That's it.
To be honest,
And Eddie and goal.
Eddie at goal and defense and forward.
The fat kid is always goalie.
There is no legit way to even try to come out with a lineup.
I mean, you
That's-
have to,
that's
though,
it.
right? With the
I
players you
mean,
got.
what is Zom gonna put? A 4-4-2? We already know what that's gonna be it. We're gonna have Klinsmann at goal. That's the only one I could really bank
You
on.
don't have much options. You're gonna have basically the same team that was out there this last
Well, you
game.
get the formation change.
Nah, well,
I don't
no,
think
it's
he's
gonna be
gonna
a-
change the formation.
No.
He's gonna go 4-4-2. I think Klinsmann in goal, and you get the same back line as we've been getting. I think you get although I do think you get Depew and Sarah's paired up. Probably I would put Araujo on the right and Insua on the left and keep Rolf away from the team if at all possible. You know,
Away from
Yeah,
the
tell-
stadium.
yeah, away
if
from the
possible,
stadium.
please.
Tell him there's a Michael Jackson convention somewhere, and
And his sister's gonna be there. Hey,
and
come on.
hey, we're having a good time. What the
oh
fuck?
come on, dude, I'll leave his sister out of it.
We're having such a great time.
I think you still see Kitchen and Jonathan in the midfield, playing in an empty bucket. You know, like the way we started we played for 25 minutes and then didn't stick with it. But I think if you pair Pavon and Yoni up top, I think that could create some interesting matchups. What's crazy is in this Portland game, they benched Leggett, and in this first half, all I could think of was they need
Where's
Leggett
Leggett?
out there. Yeah, where's Leggett? They need him out there because he moves the ball a little bit better. He combines well with probably better than anybody else with Pavon.
True.
So you know, say what you will about him. You know, I still think that he brings something to the team. I wouldn't keep him long term, but you know, I'd put him on the field, and then I don't know, it's a crapshoot for who you're gonna have at right mid.
Priori, left mid. What's up? I mean, would you try him at center back, seeing that the season has gone to shit?
Brian, you
No.
want to put everybody at center back.
I
dude.
do.
Yeah.
I do want to put everybody at
Seriously,
center back because
Brian.
that's what we need. We need fucking
Hey,
defenders.
Chicha's good at clearing the ball and getting it. The
Ooh,
hell
there
out
it
of it.
is.
Yeah, put him at center back.
There it is. Perry Kitchen, center back. There it is. Five
Perry
in the
Kitchen
back.
and Chicha. Center back pairing.
Perry Kitchen and Bingham, center backs.
Yeah.
Dang.
Just
Nah,
don't. Just,
big-
And
just
he
don't
has to
cross
wear
any
his,
balls
he
in
has
the
to wear
air.
his goalie
Nah.
pants.
Bingham has to play in the wing because he's good at putting it right in front of the goal. Other players. Shit. Yeah. So, yeah. Again, David said it. It's a crapshoot. We have no idea what to expect. What about score-wise?
We're losing 4-1.
Think so?
Yeah.
At home?
We're at home,
To
Brian.
Salt Lake?
At home. Yeah.
6-1.
Come on. A little respectable here.
I think we lose like 2 or 3-1.
Damn.
Yeah.
I say we lose 3-0.
Right over that line of the betting. 3-0.
Yeah. They're gonna go over for sure. It's gonna be at least 3 goals in this game.
Mm-hmm.
Think so?
At least, yeah, for sure.
Hit me with your crazy prediction, Eddie.
No, it's not crazy. I think we do go over, but I think we win 2-1. I think there's like a
Crazy guy.
there's a
Crazy.
there's a
My crazy friend says the Galaxy's gonna win. Is he crazy?
believe this fucking guy. 2-1. I
Fucking
think.
win.
I think some of that
The fuck?
tension. There had to have been some kind of tension in that locker room. It had to be known that GBS was gonna leave. You know, GBS probably carried that energy with them. I think. It's just gonna be like a flash in the pan. Like it's gonna be this one game that we win. I think we end up losing the rest. But I think this is the game that we win 2-1. Confidence of 3, or how's it? Yeah, there you go. And well, does Chicha play though? That's what I'm wondering. If Chicha plays,
He's
I
not
think
playing.
Dude,
Nah.
if he plays, I'm gonna go
He's
to
out,
stadium
dude.
and throw a
He's-
fucking beer at him. Nah,
He's
I'm
in
just playing.
vacation mode.
Bud Light
already,
seltzer.
bro.
Bud Light
He's in
seltzer.
vacation mode.
and I'm very very interested to see Pavon not under GBS. I want to see what Pavon shows up.
You think he cuts the umbilical cord and be like, you know what? Fuck it. I don't have to follow GBS everywhere. I can be my own man.
You know what, Kinnear?
I'll do what I want.
From what you hear, you're getting everything
Huh?
here, man. You're getting all kinds of references. But yeah, if there's a guy that could do it, it might be Kinnear. Kinnear is the player whisperer. Everything you hear about Kinnear sounds like a guy that can probably help him cut the umbilical cord. Maybe not stay here.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Damn,
Well,
watch
you
we
need- you
win
need
out
a-
3.
You need an ear for Kinnear to whisper into.
Ours. Imagine we win all 3, win a playoff game, and then we're sticking with Kinnear next season.
That'd be
And
so
Pavon
fucking
stays
good.
for 5 mil.
For 5
For
mil.
5 mil.
Well, that's how he's playing. He's playing like a 5 mil guy right now.
that doesn't get you half a chicha, bro.
Seriously.
Well, gets me Pavon.
Nah,
You
you need
gotta
to
go-
pay
yeah,
like
you
a
gotta
you need to
go-
pay a
you-
chicha and a half.
You gotta go down to Mexico to get half a chicha. Come on.
Come on, bro.
That's illegal up there.
You gotta cheat. You gotta cheat.
You gonna cheat?
Pay me a chi or a cha. Either a chi or a cha.
Would that be the worst case scenario? We win out these 3 games, win that one playoff game, and then we're back with the same squad next season, except with a different coach.
Nah, I don't think so, dude.
Oh
I don't,
fuck. Oh hell no.
That would be bad.
That would be the worst case scenario. Having the same team over again.
I
A
don't
different
think so.
coach.
I don't think so. I think at this point, the Galaxy fans are so loud now, and then everything going on online. I think they know. I think they know what's happening, and that's one reason I don't think Chicha gets to pick his coach. If it's not the last straw, this is it. The next decision has to be a home run. It has
You're
to
gonna
be.
Well, that's what we said about GBS.
Yep. And look what happened there.
I mean,
That's what we said
Foul
about
balls
GBS.
all the way
You-
through.
you guys knew how I felt already about GBS. You knew I hated the guy for the position anyways, so I didn't want him to begin with.
Why didn't you say anything
mean,
earlier?
So I don't have Twitter.
Uh,
I didn't know what Twitter was.
if you guys like the lore of of GBS is our pick. Like in the very first Super Pod that we did with Corner of the Galaxy and Rise Squadcast. I don't remember what year it was, but it was like our episode 50, and we're on episode 200 right now.
Damn.
Season 1?
Season 1. Josh asked, who do you bring in to replace Bruce Arena? And Lewis was like, you bring in Schelotto.
Wow.
Schelotto was, he called Schelotto then.
Wow.
He was like, that's the guy. He's doing really well with Lanús, and this and that. We haven't tapped into South America. That's going to be our way into the pipeline. And we have not let him forget that. He is not allowed to pick who he wants as a coach anymore.
Well, I mean, in hindsight, it didn't turn out to be the greatest idea, but at that time, I would have been with him too.
Yeah.
It was a great idea to do that and have that pipeline, because we do need that.
Yeah, and that was a better roster. And like
honest.
the thing was always like, the rumor was always like, oh, GBS has talked to Messi or Messi's dad or whatever. And it's like, hey, if you keep GBS long enough around to get Messi in through the door, is it worth it? I mean, now it's
I mean, not right now.
Now it's over, obviously.
Yeah.
But that was always kind of
good. Talk to me. I'll text Zephyr right now. Hey, want to come play for the Galaxy?
Or hit up GBS. GBS, you want to save your job? This is what you gotta do.
Get Messi through the doors.
He's already
He's
fired.
gonna show up. He's gonna show up like John Cusack with Messi like holding over.
Chris Klein opening his window in his nightgown.
Is that for me? Is that for me?
DTK pulls up behind him, closes the window. Ya te dije.
Oh my god. Yeah. So none of us are confident going. Oh, I'm kind of confident it's going into the game, but for the rest of the season, none of us are confident. So I guess now it's just wait and see again. Let's hope now they've learned from their mistakes. Hopefully more heads will roll. But I mean, I think that's kind of it for us here.
What is our misery, man? Just finish the season already.
Just finish it, man. And the worst part is that I'm gonna watch all these games.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to watch it, dude. This last game, I was during halftime. I was like, "Fuck, I don't want to watch this game," but I never turn off a game. I can't. I wanted to turn it off, but I can't physically do it. I can't do it. I gotta watch it.
Yeah.
I had to watch.
I'm like that.
So
too.
I had to go through
like
the
that.
whole second half and just nod my head like this for 45 minutes. It was 45 minutes of that.
I watched all of USA Poland in the 2002 World Cup instead of watching the South Korea game. And Lewis was giving me a hard time, going like, "Dude, why are you still watching that game? They're not gonna come back." And I'm like, "I know, but I can't."
I can't. When it's my team, I can't.
Never forget the name Kohler.
Kohler.
Yeah, that big old head made those bald head made those goals on us, jerk. So for you guys that are listening, thank you. We are working on something special, or I guess if you like the Galaxy, it's kind of special. We're doing another Megapod, even though we weren't invited to the first one, David. We're trying to get another one together. Yeah, we weren't even around. So look out for
you guys were on hiatus, okay?
All right.
I think it was that year.
Yeah.
The hiatus.
Yeah, I'm sure that's what it was. Right? Anyway,
You guys were high.
Hi.
so look out for details for that. Liga G is coming up quickly next week.
Yes.
That's actually why we have David here. Us three are gonna just triple team David. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm married, you guys.
Whoa.
Listen, I'll be I'll do a shameless plea. If anybody wants to buy me FIFA 2021, because I made that golazo in that week one, I'm still the rating. I'm still the rating goal of the week champion in Liga G.
Yep. It's goal of the year, actually, right?
Yeah, it was goal of the year. If anybody wants to buy me FIFA 2021, or if you want me to play, you gotta wait until it goes on sale, and I'll pick it up.
Well, that's the beauty of not being live. I could totally edit out that and leave you teamless for the rest of the season.
We don't want to get scored up like that.
What if it's a Bonachos player that wants to buy me 2021?
Nah, we're trying to win this year, you know. We just had the discussion, losing mentality, Galaxy. We're kind of in the same boat. We're trying to stick away from that. Nah, totally kidding.
enough.
Hey, David, thank you very much for joining us.
Man. Thank you, sir.
Yes, we been wanting to have you on for a long time. One of you guys from LA is our house, but we were a little shy, and we shot our shot, and luckily you responded. I wish the rest of my luck went like that.
I'm easy, man. I'm easy. You tell me to be on a show, I'll come talk about the Galaxy. I'm doing it.
Oh, I seriously.
That's what's up. That's what's
I
up.
always end up doing it.
Yeah. Easy. You're easy.
Doing it.
Oh my God. Stop it, David. Why don't you tell everyone where they can find you?
My show is called LA is Our House. I want to thank you guys for letting me come in and play in your guys' sandbox. We appreciate it. I always like it when we have all these crossovers, because it helps to build each other's, kind of presence in Galaxy Land. Maybe one or two people don't know about us, or one or two people that listen to us don't know about you guys. So we're happy to have you guys on anytime you want. Just hit us up. Not next week. No, just kidding. You guys can come on next week. But yeah, we're LA is Our House on Twitter at LA is Our House. On Instagram, we're at LA_is_our_ you get it. And we have a podcast, and LAisourhouse.com is our website. You can find all our stuff there.
Yes.
Nice.
Again, LA is Our House. All streaming services. Awesome guys.
They're actually good, not like us.
Yes,
so
we're the
check it listen to them.
We're the Pöpli kids of podcasting. And if you want to find me on Twitter, you can find me as Eddie Nags altogether. If you want to find Bryant, just search for Jay Knight or Bryant Nags. He will come up. And if you're looking for Willis, you can find him on Twitter as Willis_89. For Bryant, Willis, David, we're gonna get up out of here. Till then, keep on nagging.
Keep on nagging.